Okay, welcome back, Logandale fans. Just wanted to try to clarify the subtracting negative numbers. There's been some confusion. We've tried to give you some analogies with words. So if I say something is less light, what does that mean? Well, less light, isn't that the same thing as more dark? Think about it. Less light means more dark. How about this? If something is less bad, isn't that the same thing as being more good? Is less bad mean more good? Makes sense? Okay, so when we're subtracting negative numbers, less negative means the same thing as more positive. Less negative is the same thing as more positive. So when we're subtracting negative numbers, what we want to do is make it into the opposite, so it's an addition. Less negative means more positive. So let's look at it in the case of a problem. Let's say we have a negative 8, and remember, we like to put negatives in parentheses. Like Mr. Kennedy said, they're huggers, right? Negative 8 minus a negative 2 minus a negative. So it's less negative. Okay, less negative is the same thing as more positive. So I'll rewrite it. Negative 8. Less negative means more positive, so we're just going to go plus 2. Okay? Now, negative 8 and a positive 2. They're opposites. They're different. One's negative, one's positive. Let's take the absolute value. Absolute value is 8. Absolute value is 2. The difference between 8 and 2 is 6. The absolute value, the greater absolute value would be the 8. It is negative, so the answer is negative 6. So negative 8 minus negative 2 is negative 8 plus 2, or negative 6. Isn't negative 6 less negative than negative 8? Right, it is. Okay, you guys are getting this. Alright, you're getting this. Let me give you another example. How about if we had a negative 7 and minus a negative 2? So negative 7 minus negative 2. We want to make that less negative. So negative 7 less negative means more positive, plus 2. Absolute value, 7 and 2. The difference between 7 and 2 is 5. 7 is a greater absolute value. It is a negative, so our answer is negative 5. Negative 7 minus negative 2, so negative 7 less negative 2, so less negative of 2 makes it negative 7 plus 2, or negative 5. You good? All right, let me give you another one. Okay? Let's see, how about a negative 13 minus a negative 5. Okay? Negative 13 minus 5. So if it's a negative 13 minus 5, we're going to make it less negative. It's going to be negative 13 plus 5. Absolute value is 13 and 5. What's the difference between 13 and 5? Right, it's 8. Right? 13 is a greater absolute value. It is negative, so our answer is negative 8. So negative 13, we're making it less negative than 5 by 5, so that's going to be negative 8. Okay? All right. Let's try this one. How about if I give you 5 minus negative 8? 5 minus negative 8. Less negative means more positive. So this is going to be 5 plus 8. Okay? 5 plus 8 is 13. 5 minus a negative 8. Well, we want it to be more positive. So it's going to be more positive than 5. Is 13 more positive? Right. Got it? Let's give you another one. How about 6 minus a negative 24? 6 minus a negative 24. Less negative. So it's going to be 6 plus 24, less negative, and 6 plus 24 is 30. Okay? So, less negative, when we're subtracting a negative, oops, we don't need that marker, we'll use this one. Less negative really means more positive. Okay? That's what you're going to do. If you like this video, click on subscribe, and that will give you easier access to the other videos that I put up here. You guys have already looked at a couple of them. There'll be classroom notes, PowerPoints, or examples like this. I promise you're not going to see my face because I know you don't like to look at me, but I hope these examples help. Have a good one.